To me, it is still very hard to believe that Stranger Things is gonna end this year with season 5 coming out in just a couple of weeks. So I figured, let's watch the show one last time and review every single season weekly just to prepare for this final season. Let's start with Stranger Things Season 1. And for starters, the main heart of this show are the character dynamics. The first season introduced all these different character dynamics between the kids, the young adults, and the adults. Every single dynamic has something different about them, has their own different character arcs, has their own different story to each person. And seeing all these characters interact with one another, their fun nature, is what this show is made out of. This show did it so well that everyone is calling a show with a group of friends a ripoff of Stranger Things. Even Welcome to Derry came out last week, people were calling it a Stranger Things ripoff, although technically, Stranger Things would be a ripoff of The Goonies because The Goonies did it way before Stranger Things did. But that's only because that group dynamic works so well in this show. You feel that friendship bond between all these group of kids. The adults have their own different story, but just that kid dynamic is what works so well about this show. And all these characters interacting together is what made you love them in the first place. And even when we do get to the other group of characters, we have the teen story, which is starting that love triangle that we will touch on another season. And then the adult storyline is just Joyce trying to find her kid. Every single theme has something for all these different audiences. The adult storyline has that parenting theme to it, where Hopper had a child and lost her, trying to help Joyce find her son, Will. And in that final moments of the final episode, we just feel that heartbreak. We feel that character arc come full circle, and he was able to help Joyce find her son because he knows what it feels like to lose a daughter. I love that full circle moment. It brought that character arc together, and there are a lot of moments like that throughout this entire season. And that's the entire heart of this, not just this season, but the entire show. It's just heartfelt moments like that that really help you connect to the character and add to that theme and emotional payoff that this show does so greatly at, especially in future seasons. Season 1 is just a warm-up. And the mystery throughout the entire season is what makes you want to keep watching and keep binging the season. All these Stranger Things episodes, no matter how long they are, especially in Season 4, you want to watch them all in one sitting because they do such a great job at keeping that mystery there and keeping such a great pacing throughout it. Especially for Season 1, if it's your first time watching it, you have no idea what to expect. So just from the moment Will goes missing, you're hooked immediately into the show, and then slowly the season starts introducing 11, the Demogorgon, the Upside Down. All of a sudden, all these different pieces are starting to connect together, and you're just all in for the mystery, watching this entire story play out, and how one thing connects to another thing, even though they feel completely separated. That mystery element is what this show does so well at. It makes you want to keep coming back and keep binging the show because you're so hooked into what is happening on screen. And another part to that mystery element is that they never show the Demogorgon until the last few episodes. So every time the Demogorgon is at least hinted on screen, it's not fully shown because it's trying to keep your mind guessing on what this creature looks like and only adds to that mystery even more. We all know what the Demogorgon looks like, but if you're a first-time viewer, you won't, and that mystery is what really hooks you in. Even though the show can have a lot of horror moments, it's thanks to all the character work, it's thanks to all that grounded nature that really humanizes the show. It makes you start falling in love with these characters, with the character arcs and certain funny moments that these characters just joke around, their friendship together, their connection to one another. That's what makes Stranger Things in the first place. And Season 1 introduced us to all of that with a friendship Goonies level, with a great mystery throughout it all. But real quick, if you want to help me reach my goal of 1K by the end of the year, consider subscribing. Let's continue. Now, I necessarily don't have any main problems with the season. It's more of just nitpicks that kind of future seasons' fault, where it Kind of just feels like they forgot about certain things here and there. Future seasons, especially season 4 and the trailers of season 5 have kind of showed this, but all those future seasons are a lot more over the top than season 1 was. Season 1 was a lot more simpler in the best way possible. Since it's very much introducing these characters, this world, what the Upside Down is, everything is just a lot more simpler. While future seasons, Vecna is introduced. All of a sudden we're exploring the existence of the Upside Down. None of this is a bad thing, it's just pointing out how this season was a lot more simpler than all that grand stuff. But all that grand stuff is great to watch. And I just feel like in future seasons, forgot about certain characters and certain character arcs that were kind of introduced in season 1. For example, I completely forgot that Jonathan and Will had a stepfather. Obviously they had a father, but it's kind of a figure you forget about, and I feel like the creators did forget about that too, because it's not really introduced in other seasons down the line. Maybe season 5 will. So I just feel like there's a bunch of little minor character stuff like that, where everyone just forgot about that certain character, just because everything got a lot more over the top down the line. But that's a good thing, and of course talk about that in the following weeks. But anyways, Stranger Things Season 1 is an absolutely fantastic start to this show. It introduces the world of the Upside Down while keeping that mystery throughout, while also introducing all these characters and you starting to fall in love with each and every one. Everything is a lot more simpler compared to future seasons, but that's a good thing. Stranger Things Season 1 is a great introduction to this world and still holds up. If you like this video, maybe these ones on the side with you too, like, subscribe. See you guys next time. Goodbye.